What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Church Guys post game show for game number 5. Tonight, the Knicks took care of business. No other way to say it. I'm not going to get up here and jump out the window. I'm not going to say a whole bunch of extra stuff. I'm just going to simply say the Knicks sent the message tonight that they absolutely needed to send to the Indiana Pacers. Huge, huge, huge W tonight. Not just because it was at home, not just because it was game 5 of the series, not just because of, the importance of the game, the magnitude. It was absolutely a must win. Knicks hold serve, as every team has done so far in this series, as Bishop J. Mac joins us. I'm still waiting for my New York Forever t-shirt to get here. It ain't here yet. I ordered it. I'm still waiting for it to get here. But the Knicks took care of business today. But again, as I was saying, the manner in which they took care of business today. A 30-point blowout win to match a 29-point blowout loss. This is how you send a message. And I absolutely love the energy goes without saying. And we're going to get into the particulars and the hustle plays. But the spirit of the 1990s New York Knickerbockers entered these Knicks tonight. I mean, not only was there no quit, but the fight that was in them tonight. They I think they sent the message tonight to the Pacers. Y'all are not punking us.
Real quick, I need you to do me a favor, Bishop D'Lo.
Yes, sir.
Can you tag Bishop Mike M. Cowan? He wanted to be tagged, win or lose. Please tag him.
Mike Cowan. All right, I'll get him tagged.
Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you.
Again, this is this was an outstanding win by the New York Knicks tonight, who sent an absolutely necessary message to the Pacers, to the pundits, to Draymond Green, and all of the people who've been doing all this talking about the Knicks being a fluke this year and a team that is down 4 rotational pieces, 3/5 of their starting lineup. Players going down left and right. Jalen Brunson not himself for the last couple of games, dealing with a foot injury. That team is 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Bishop J. Mac, I'm going to let L go last because I feel like he got something important to say. J. Mac.
New York forever. This is it right here.
That's
What can you say about this team? They count everybody, not everybody, but all the Knick haters.
Knicks by 30, Andre.
By 30. 121-91 was the final score. And they buried this team Sunday. And to an extent, they threw dirt on the Knicks. They said it was over.
They did.
They buried this team. When the Knicks went up 6 in the first quarter, they didn't look back.
They didn't.
They went up 6. And that was the get. You could have turned off the TV right there. The Knicks did not trail anymore after that. They didn't trail anymore. And DiVincenzo didn't give us a game, but we killed Tibbs on Sunday. We gotta give him his flowers tonight.
Huge adjustment.
He put Deuce McBride in the starting lineup and clamped Tyrese Halliburton. Had that guy locked down like Rikers Island.
Halliburton only took 9 shots tonight. He did shoot 5 of 9, but only 1 of 4 from 3. 13 points, 5 assists was Halliburton's line. And we all know, regardless of whatever, the Indiana goes as Halliburton goes, much in the same way as Embiid goes, Philadelphia goes. If you can clamp their big gun, you got him.
He's the head of the snake. And you gotta cut off the head. And that's what the Knicks did tonight.
Oh, yeah, bro. Pastor Jamel, we're going to absolutely talk about Burks tonight. Oh, we're going to talk about Burks tonight.
Listen, y'all know Burks is my guy. Y'all know I was celebrating when the Knicks got him. They was getting on my dude in the regular season because he wasn't shooting well. But we all said on here, he was brought here for the playoffs. This guy can
Exactly.
shoot in the playoffs.
Remember when they made the trade, the first thing I said to y'all in the group was the Knicks are going for it because they made a trade for playoff tested players like him and Bogey. And I'm saddened by the fact that Bogey is not with us, but Alec Burks, my goodness.
Alec Burks, man, and I'm telling you, it's a win, so you know Pastor Dave is on tonight.
Well, he was on the other night after the shellacking we got.
He
too.
was.
But Dave, I'm glad you on because I'm in the middle of giving Coach Tibbs. I'm tipping the cap.
Salute.
I'm tipping the cap. He made.
Dave gonna have his moment right now.
He finally made the adjustment. He put McBride in the lineup, and he leaned on Burks a lot more tonight.
No,
Listen.
Jesse, he's not gone for the year. The prognosis is this, from what I'm hearing, as far as what they're talking about from people close to the Knicks. OG is working hard to be back for Friday, but if he cannot get back and the Knicks do advance, they will have him back more than likely for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm gonna tell you, we need to hold him out after this game from Hartenstein.
Keep him out.
Keep him out. That's it. Keep him out. There's no rush to bring him back. We have 3-2 with 2 days rest now. Now we getting 2 days rest. And this is what Jalen Brunson did on 1 foot with 1 day rest. Keep him out. I'm yielding to Bishop Butler.
Oh, no. Dave, your turn. Butler's going last. Go ahead.
How y'all feel about my coach?
Your coach made a fantastic adjustment.
I'll be honest,
when I saw the lineup tonight, I was immediately pissed off because I do think Indiana has a lot of size. But once I saw Deuce on Halliburton in the first 3 minutes of this game, I said, oh, Halliburton's in for a long night. Great job, Tibbs.
Halliburton he just about disappeared. He just about disappeared because Deuce is one of the top perimeter defenders in the league.
And even though Halliburton is 6'6" and he gives up a bunch of inches to him, this is a matchup that Deuce can handle because Halliburton is he's not a mid-range guy. He's either going to shoot the three or he's trying to get to the cup. And all Deuce has to do is stay in front of him and use that quickness to throw him off. And oh my goodness,
tonight was a turnaround game. All of the fire that DiVincenzo had and the fight that he had in him, he reminded me of John Starks tonight. He had a lot of fight in him. Brunson did what he did. This ain't going to Game 7.
Listen,
no, I agree with you. I
agree with this in Game 6.
I said it when I think that you could see it. I saw the look on Brunson's face from the start of the game. I said, "Oh, he's locked in. He is locked in. Brunson. If this was a close game, Brunson wasn't letting us lose tonight. He was not letting us lose tonight."
And Hartenstein, they don't know it, but tonight he tied Charles Oakley's record.
He passed him.
He passed it.
He passed
Oakley's record. So I know Oakley ain't coming back to the Garden now. He certainly ain't coming back to the Garden now. With a white man pass his record with offensive rebound, Oakley ain't coming back.
Hartenstein is black.
Yeah, he is black. That's right. That's right. He is a black man. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Yes, Ninja Butler is back.
Where's all these Knick haters? Where they at?
Yeah, where they at? All the people that was talking.
The Knicks is done.
Fellas, if I may, I'm not giving them no shine tonight.
We lost by 32 the other night, and they wouldn't get off us. Tonight, we win by 30, and I don't hear nothing.
Crickets.
It's fine. This team has made a habit of proving everyone wrong. Tonight, we celebrate the win. I'm not giving them no room tonight. Yes, Pastor John Cradle, I said it at the top of the show. The spirit of the 90s Knicks was in this team tonight. I mean, they handled business. And I've noticed from Philly and even now with Indiana, these fake tough teams, and yeah, I'm calling them fake tough, are trying to intimidate us. I'm noticing that. And
you knew they was going to do that tonight.
I mean, they've been trying to do it all series, and the team finally just said, "Screw it, y'all really want this? Is what you really want? We've been being nice. This is what you really want."
Let me say this.
Yes,
this is the first time that Indy's been smacked in the mouth in the playoffs.
Yep, they got punched in the throat today.
They have not. They got Indiana tonight. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
We did to them what they usually do to everybody else. We
Yo,
ran them out
we
of the
beat
gym.
them by 30.
Yes, and I'm telling you, they're not used to that. They're a young team. They are not going down, and now the pressure's all on them. They got to win the next two. The pressure's on them. They got to win two.
Wait, Jesse, really? You go? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with you, Jesse. You talking about he gonna get that New York Forever shirt? No. What was the Sixers slogan? What was the Sixers slogan? Go get that shirt. Go get that shirt, Jesse. Now we love you, bro. But yeah, great win tonight. Yes, Pastor Joe Thomas, my brother, locked in. That team was locked in tonight. There were no smiles. Notice there were no smiles on the bench tonight. Even when the starters got pulled out, Josh Hart is usually cracking jokes and stuff in blowouts. There was none of that. This team is on a mission now.
Another double-double for Josh Hart.
Yes, I think Indiana has awakened the beast. So now I'm going to turn it into the hands
Look at this man.
of the Lord's Bishop and Ninja, Bishop Robert Vincent Butler II. Bishop Ninja?
In the silent shadows of the night.
Yeah.
Victory is ours. With the swiftness of a striking serpent and the precision of a shuriken, the Knicks have conquered. With a 30-point win, we have defeated our adversaries. This triumph, like a whisper in the wind, speaks volumes. Volumes.
Oh, this is great.
Volumes of their skill and their spirit. The skies are orange and blue. The seas are orange and blue. The city
It's orange and blue. Come on, Bishop.
orange and blue.
Jesus Christ.
A win tonight
That's a good point, Sam.
has set us up for a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You're right, Pastor Credo. I should have queued it up. My fault. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
I digress.
Can we give a shout out, y'all? Y'all all hashtag Ninja Butler in the
Ninja Butler.
hashtag Ninja Butler in the chat. Please, please. Hashtag Ninja Butler in the chat. Y'all do that. We have the McCann rant tonight. We got Ninja Butler. Ninja Butler has made his return. Remember, Ninja Butler was huge during that midseason run we were on. He was at almost every one of these podcasts. So I'm grateful to see the return
Bring them back out
of Ninja Butler tonight. Ninja Butler is back.
I had to switch cameras, y'all. I needed a bigger screen.
I understand. I had
to get my wife iPad for this night.
Let's go. Listen, what a win tonight. And I mean, and it's funny because the Knicks have been doing it all year long, but I really feel like Indiana woke up a beast. I don't know why I feel that way, but I'm watching this team tonight, and they're a fun group. Like even the Nova Knicks, they're a fun group. They were all business tonight. It was all business. It was, let's get out here and let's show these dudes who we are. Yes, Pastor Ted Simpson, hashtag Ninja Butler. Yes.
The cheerleaders wasn't even smiling tonight.
The city dancers wasn't smiling tonight.
They were shouting like Brooklyn church girls.
Yo, Ninja Butler, can you imagine? Can you imagine what 7th Avenue and 33rd is doing tonight?
I thought y'all was gonna be up there tonight.
I started to text my dude and like, yo, Butler, you want to meet me? I started to text my dude.
I was going
Butler,
to
you know
but
we
it
should have
started
been.
raining, you know.
Like
What you say?
Yeah, Bucky. I got a sword too. We all got swords.
I got one. I got one in the church office.
It's a bishop thing. Yeah, we all got one.
I ain't got no sword.
Like the unseen wind that topples mighty oak,
Wait, he's still going.
so too have the Knicks silently, yet decisively defeated their foes. They moved with the stealth and cunning of seasoned shinobis. Each play a masterstroke of strategy and skill. Tonight, they have proven formidable, their victory a testament to their prowess.
Hashtag Ninja Butler, y'all. Come on. Hashtag Ninja Butler. Bucky said the last dragon. Mortal Kombat Butler.
Show enough.
Show enough.
Listen, fellas.
Overseer Romar Freeland, my brother.
Yeah, it's over in Indy. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm calling it.
Listen, I said Knicks in 6 from the beginning, so I'm not changing it now.
Sure did.
I'm not.
Nah, that team. Listen, and we're gonna get into the nuts and bolts. There's so much to get into, but one thing we definitely gonna talk about is the timeout management from Indiana. Carlisle
coached like a desperate coach who knew that his team was getting run out of the building. He coached that's not a good sign.
From a championship coach, you only got one timeout left going on in the third quarter. I mean, in the second quarter for the game. 2 timeouts left?
He had 2 timeouts left at halftime. Knicks winner after they came out on their when
Miles Turner run
on his 9-0 run, and then the Knicks came back and I kept saying it in the chat, weather the storm and then punch them right back, and that's what the Knicks kept doing all night long. It was beautiful to see. The Knicks were on a mission. Josh Hart made me nervous early in this game because he was playing a little out of control, but other than
he
that,
almost hurt himself.
Listen, I get it. He's playing this team. This team is really playing with a chip on their shoulder. Isaiah Hartenstein tonight. Let me give you the line. 31 minutes tonight. Only took 3 shots, 2 of 3 from the floor. 17 rebounds,
12
5
offenses.
assists, 7 points.
How many offensive boards? Because he
12.
12 offensive rebounds tonight for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Passed Oakley in the record books for the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson, he took 35 shots tonight. I'll live with it because he was an efficient 18 for 35.
He made 18.
57%.
He made
18. I don't care if you're going to take 35 shots if you're going to make 18 of them.
If you're going to make more than half of them, shoot him, Doc.
And he cooked whoever was on him. It didn't matter tonight.
But again, and this is what teams don't understand because Philly made the same mistake as well. You give Jalen Brunson a game and a half, he's going to solve whatever defense you put on him. He's good. And this is the definition of a superstar. I ain't calling nobody's names, but other people out there have said that, oh, he's not a superstar. That's the very definition of a superstar. When teams make adjustments, a superstar adjusts and gets back to being who he is. And Naismith did a very good job on him. Hats off to him, grabbing and holding and doing what he does. The refs will let him get away with it. That's what happens. But once again, Jalen Brunson made the adjustment. And it's important because people will say, well, he took 35 shots. He only went to, as much as people like to say he foul hunts, he only went to the line 7 times tonight.
That's it.
And let me say this. I know we killed Stan Van Gundy in the chat. We killed him. We killed him. But he did bring up a great point near the end of the game. I don't know if y'all picked up on it. Because he said everybody's getting on Tibbs about the minutes that the guys.
Everybody played big minutes in the playoff.
And he brought up the minutes of Kyrie Irving.
Vince Carter
Kyrie is playing 41. He said Luka's playing 40 is hurt and playing 41. he said these guys, he said the Knicks are not the only ones playing 40+ minutes a game. So let's calm this. Let's stop. I got even me, I say, I gotta lay off about the minutes. Because when he brought those stats up, these guys are playing big minutes all over the league in the playoffs.
Well, I want to be clear. My issue has never been the minutes.
It's the bench. That's what we said.
It's the lack of usage of the bench when the starters don't have it.
Right. We said he should have used Burks in round 1.
Right.
That's what we said.
For us, it's usage.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just because I think we get it. In the playoffs, your best guys are gonna play big minutes if they're cooking. If they're not cooking, get somebody else in there who might listen. Alex Burks has been an absolute revelation.
That's where I gotta trust Tibbs because he might be seeing something from Burks that we ain't seeing.
Well, he's seeing it now because
he's seeing it now.
What was Burks tonight?
Burks was in the doghouse at the end of the season. He wasn't balling at the end of the season.
What was his stats tonight? Because he hit some big shots.
He had 18 points tonight.
Alec Burks, 18 points tonight.
Big shots. Big
so
threes.
now he's out the doghouse.
6 of 11 from the floor, 5 of 8 from 3.
Woo! That's cooking. That's
He's
cooking.
out the doghouse now. So we good.
But listen, that was my thing.
If Alec Burks get hot,
I didn't make a big deal about it in the regular season.
He was 5 out of 8.
He was brought here to be a playoff-tested veteran.
That's what he was here for.
So that's my only thing with Tibbs with Burks in the first round.
Right.
Like in the regular season, when Burks wasn't shooting, I didn't have a problem with Tibbs not playing him. He didn't have it. I'm good with that. But in the playoff, you brought him here for these games.
Come on, where's everybody at from Sunday that is talking about the Knicks is dead, the Knicks is buried, they too tired. Where the Knicks at? Where these haters at?
He about to jump out the window. Here it come.
The Knicks have stormed the battlefield with the force of a tornado. Unchained and unstoppable.
It's wow.
Their opponent cowered under the thunderous might of the arena called the Garden.
That's right, Dave. Show it, baby.
Square.
Oh, are we doing that? Let's go.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Hold it up, Davey.
As they claim their righteous victory.
Let's go. Hold them up.
The power of the Warriors in orange and blue has been unleashed, shaking the very foundations of the Garden. We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
We're going. We're going.
And Boston better be afraid.
Oh, and listen, like I said at the end of game 2, if the Knicks get there, we're playing with house money.
It's house money?
Yeah.
It's house money.
It's house money.
Quite honestly, with all of the things that have gone on, it's house money now.
It's house money.
It's house money now because we're not supposed to be in this position with
we're
all of the
injuries. We're supposed to be down 3-2.
The league should be on notice.
Oh,
house
yeah,
money.
Burks look great.
The league should be on notice. This team is not playing.
Hey, I haven't seen the overseer on here tonight. Did he make any comments?
Yes, no, he did make a comment. He said that he has to admit, Brunson was a monster tonight, and Brunson's the MVP.
Okay.
There you go. Where's Mike Cohen? Where he at?
Yeah.
I'm about to tag him now.
I told him.
JBFL. Where's he at?
He said
Jamel Stewart.
Mike Cowan said for us. Cohen said for us to he said for us to tag him.
So much to say.
I want to hear all these. I want to hear these weather because I call them weathermen. I want to hear all these weathermen now. Remake your prediction. You said Pacers in 4. Mike Cohen said that the Pacers was going to sweep the Knicks. He said it was going to be a sweep 4-0. That's what he said.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he said a sweep. So now I want to hear the weatherman. Now I guess it's Pacers in 7, right? They're going to win a game 7 in the Garden if they happen to win Friday. If they happen to win.
They couldn't win a game 5 in the Garden.
They couldn't win a game 1 and 2.
They could, right? The power of the Warriors in orange and blue. Thank you, Pastor Craig.
You going to blame it? Now, are you going to blame the refs tonight? Let's blame the refs for this one.
There, Michael K. Cowan, where are you?
Can I have the screen?
The Pacers are one miracle shot from a gentleman's sweep.
Exactly, because that's what I call. I call the 4-1 a 4-1 series.
Let me
One miracle shot.
Let me say this. Well, let me tell you something.
He went Hulk Hogan. Okay.
The Knicks have just run wild over the Pacers and the Reggie Millerettes.
Oh, you don't want to go wrestling because when he put the camera on me, I got
They
one.
just
for
ran
you.
wild over them all tonight. They dropped the big leg on their rivals just like Hulkamania used to do in the 90s.
Come on, Butler.
Anyone who got in their way faced the wrath of the 24-inch pythons. What you gonna do, Boston, when Knicks Mania runs wild on you?
Oh, yeah. Freak out, freak out. I'm the Macho Man, Randy Savage. I told you I got one for you. And I just come to let you know. It's a cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee in the big time. Oh, yeah. Knicks in 6.
Yeah, Jay.
Dig it.
Yeah, Jay.
Thank you,
We got to win tonight.
Hollywood
Listen,
Butler.
now I'm serious. We
and the
got to win
Macho
tonight.
Man Jason
First of all,
McCants.
Oh, yeah.
Let me shout out my man. For 30 plus years, grew up with him in Cooper Projects, played ball with him occasionally in summer league.
Charmaine Loho, don't you do it.
They starting already. You know they starting.
Yes.
You know they starting.
My man, we had him on the show last year.
Yeah.
Anthony Rogerson, we call him Sox, was an amazing ball player, by the way. And anybody is in the Atlanta area, if you're looking to buy purchase a home, check my man Anthony Rogerson. I think his wife is like the queen of real estate out there, and he's doing massive work with real estate education out there. He called me because I was really debating on whether I was going to watch the game tonight. I was nervous, like I don't know what. We're depleted, y'all. Like our squad is depleted, and so and I think I said it in our chat. Like I don't. Before this game, I just felt like I don't want to see us in the Eastern Conference Finals because this team, we're handicapped. We're playing at a disadvantage. I don't care who we play. We're playing at a disadvantage, yo. We're outnumbered. It's like we're outnumbered. Literally. And so, so my man called me and he was like, yo, let me tell you, I just got to put you on. Let me let you know right now the keys to winning this game. So, of course, the extraordinary basketball player that I know him to have been when we was kids, I say, let me listen to him. He says, here's the key to the game. He called it. The only thing he was wrong about was the blowout. He thought it was going to be a slugfest all 4 quarters. But he called it. He said, Deuce got to have a big night. He said, Deuce got to give us at least 15 points. If Deuce give us at least 15 points, this game is won. We got this game.
Deuce gave us 17 points.
Deuce gave us 17 points. He called it. We were not expecting. Now, he called me before the game started, before we knew Deuce was starting the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was expecting him to come off the bench.
He was expecting him to come off the bench. That leads me, I'm going to segue. We can't stand Tibbs. Tibbs is out of his mind. I think he should have brought this bench in. But making that adjustment tonight
has turned the series.
It's big. Making that adjustment tonight was huge. It was huge. None of us, not you, Lodi, not you, Davey, not you, J-Mac, none of us thought for 1 minute he would start Deuce.
We didn't.
Indiana.
No, I will admit that.
Indiana didn't see that coming neither.
That was a huge move, man. That's to me, that's the change of the series.
Because they couldn't do nothing. Deuce, first of all, his speed and his shot is liquid.
But the defense on Halliburton is the story, Doc.
He thoroughly outplayed Halliburton on both.
The D on Halliburton tonight.
He locked him up.
He was in the locker, son.
In the 4th quarter, your man only had 9 points.
And what did he have for the game?
He finished with 13.
He finished with 13.
2 of them was foul shots.
Deuce
right.
outscored Halliburton.
Yeah. So that adjustment was big. That adjustment was huge. But
I gotta give it to him.
yo, let me tell you something. The fire that they played with tonight,
This was a different team.
they played angry tonight. And
Yes.
that's New York basketball.
Yes.
That's New York basketball. When I seen first of all, when Hartenstein stepped to Shorty, when Hartenstein stepped the dude, what his name?
Isaiah Johnson.
When he stepped to Isaiah Johnson on it, yo, what you doing? That right there. Let me
Firstly,
know.
But
can I
how
talk
about
that
Burks?
for-
How about Burks?
Yeah, Burks put
Burks,
the hand in his throat.
Get outta
like,
here.
"Bruh, you about
Burks,
to
get outta here,
You about to
son.
get you
Get
about to
outta
get
here.
backhanded over here.
But
Like,
nah,
you might wanna move.
then your man Devo.
Yes.
Devo's ready to fight Miles Turner.
Devo is a Howard Beach white boy. Devo is a Howard Beach white boy.
He giving up 6 inches on that dude.
Yo, Devo looked like he was about to put hands on money.
And he was about that life
was.
tonight. He
He
was
was.
about that life.
That life tonight. And
He put,
that's the Knicks
he
that
got
we
my-
need to see. New
we
York,
got under their skin tonight.
New York is built like that.
Yep.
Wait, can I
And
do this?
I'm coming, Jay. I got one more thing to say.
Go.
We need to have that same attitude in Indiana.
Yeah.
I
We
think
need to
we
go-
will.
We need to go in Indiana on some of we in your house, and if you do anything stupid, we about that smoke tonight. We
I
about
think
that
they're
smoke
gonna do it.
in
I
your
think-
house. You will get it in your house. We about that smoke tonight. You'll get it in your house.
Yes, there was Sam. That's a great point. Before J-Mac, before you go, a lot of people, nobody talked about this, but they did have a play. They put the coaches out after Game 4 and had a players-only meeting. And I
Yeah,
believe
they did. They didn't really make too much of a big
They
deal
didn't- yeah,
in
they
the
didn't talk about
media,
it. No,
but they did mention it. It was like, yeah, they had a meeting. Nobody, but they didn't stress it.
it looks like they should have, because it's like they channeled. It was a players-only meeting, and they probably invited the '90s Knicks that were there into the room to remind them, "Hey, this is what we're about. This is what we do."
I just
And-
want to do this for Ted Simpson because he put up a comment.
Go ahead.
And I wanted to do it in my Macho Man voice because he put it up there because that's something that Macho Man said. He said, and the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
There it
Yes,
is.
the cream will rise to the top.
What a game tonight, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Bucky said Devo was Woody Harrelson.
Listen, y'all.
Yes.
If these
Yo,
tough,
but did
Did you
you
see that?
see him jump out
Dave,
the
I know
gym?
what you're going to say. I want to hear you say it too.
Go ahead, Dave. Go for it.
if these tough Knicks play the Celtics,
They in
Celtics
trouble.
ain't got a chance.
They in trouble.
I'm sorry, because the Celtics ain't tough.
They're not tough.
Tatum and them boys ain't tough like this.
They're not
They-
tough.
the Knicks play with this attitude, and they get OG back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Celtics ain't got a chance.
Nope.
And
Knicks
that's
very
why-
well may get to the
But
finals.
let me say this. Please let me say this.
Let's win Friday.
Because this is I don't want to talk about Boston.
Right. Let's win
No.
Friday.
No.
We
Gotta
don't
win
talk-
Friday night.
We don't talk about other people's teams. We don't talk about other teams. We
Right.
talk about our team and the team that we played tonight. Talking about them other teams gives people the opportunity to think that we're thinking about them. And
Absolutely.
we're not thinking about
We're
them.
thinking about Friday, game 6.
Ro,
six.
I don't want to say we got to rethink it more than we have to not fall into the narrative that the media has about Tibbs. Now, I still have my concerns with some of his coaching, but when he makes a good move like tonight's
Gotta
adjustment,
give
You
it to
got to
him.
give him
you
his
got to
flowers.
give it to him. You got to give it to him.
And we
Great job
opened the
by
show
Tibbs.
doing that. We opened the show doing that.
Great job putting Deuce McBride.
Not only was it a great move, it was a bold move. Because you don't know what you're going to get out of this kid putting him on the court to start for the first time in the playoffs in his career. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if the lights are too bright for him.
You know the crazy thing, Brandon, to this comment, I don't even want OG back on Friday.
No, we don't want him
No.
back. We don't know.
I want it. If there happens to be a game 7 and he's ready, I'm okay with that. but I don't want him back on Friday.
No.
I want to try give him that extra day because I think we can close it out without him.
And if you're going to bring him back, don't start him. Bring him off the bench in limited minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine if this move tonight?
With Obi in that second unit. Match him up with Obi in that second unit.
Yes.
You know how bold you got to be to start a guy. What if this move didn't work out for Tibbs? They'll be telling Stephen A. Smith would say, fire him, crucify him. This is a bold move.
Oh, I will be at my job early tomorrow morning with my computer on every morning show looking to see what they got to say. First of all, I already know that that Perk is walking into the Get Up studio because it's in New York and he's here. He's walking into the Get Up studio with his chest out tomorrow. I already know that.
I'm taking Stephen A. Smith New York card away. I'm giving Stephen A. Smith card to
We
Perk.
been took it. We been took it away.
That's Perk. That's Perk's. Perk is the governor. That's Governor Perk.
I'm going to say this about Tibbs tonight, about that move.
Yes, Brandon, we agree.
This was an uncharacteristic move. It was uncharacteristic.
I told you he's changing. He's changing right before our eyes.
It was. I have to say it.
Listen,
this was uncharacteristic of Tibbs.
He coached with desperation for a change.
He finally said, "I gotta go outside of what I do."
Right. I've got to do something that's going to disrupt the other team and not just rely on what I know. Because don't get me wrong, preparation-wise, there is nobody better than Tom Thibodeau. I will always say that. Getting his team prepared, having a good game plan, but when that game plan isn't working, he has always lacked at making adjustments. But tonight, he showed that he can adjust.
Indeed, he's under a lot of his legacy, whatever legacy he has is on the line. The man ain't never got out the second round.
You know, we talked about it last year. We talked about it the year, but we've been talking about it. He's never made it out of the second round.
Right, this is huge for him too. This is the first time he's had a lead this late in a second round series.
He's getting out the second round this year, and I know that that's in the back of his mind, and I know that those players are like, you know what?
I think they've rallied around him.
They definitely have.
They've rallied around
especially
him.
Josh Hart. Oh my gosh.
They've rallied around him and they've taken on the business mindset. It's a work trip now. This trip to Indiana is a work trip.
Yeah.
We're going out here we're ending this thing. And
we only taking one bag.
That's old school right there.
We only taking one bag. That's to go to Indiana.
I want them to leave tonight.
They probably are.
I want them to leave tonight and rest the whole time out there.
They probably
you want them in Indiana for 3 days?
Yes.
Rest up, buddy. Yeah.
Listen, Indiana.
I want them getting adjusted to the air.
It's
I
not
want
like
them
going to
getting
Miami.
adjusted to the weather. I want them getting adjusted to the hour behind time difference. Because
the media out there, yeah, everything.
To the media, let their bodies get adjusted to whatever the food is out there. Make it be out there until Friday.
Yeah, it's not like going to Miami right now. Go to Indiana tonight. Ain't nothing to do.
Josh Hart told you that.
Josh Hart said ain't nothing to do.
We here. Go to the mall. Go to the mall and let the fans know we here. We in your city, and y'all better get ready. We here.
I can't wait. I'm going on the MSG. I usually go on the MSG app when we get off and listen to the post game over there. I go on the MSG app and listen to them. When I get off of here, yeah. Listen to the replay.
Listen, Sam, Monica is a godsend. We love Monica. She's one of us. And I'm
glad
Monica's one of us. And she gets it. She totally gets it. She gets on the national broadcast and be setting them straight.
Wally Zerbiak was on the radio tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Wally Zerbiak was on the radio tonight doing being the analyst.
As the analyst tonight?
Yeah.
Let's hope so, Brandon. Let's hope Tibbs has learned. Yes, Ro, we got to give Precious Achiuwa some love for his minutes tonight. Precious Achiuwa was fantastic off the bench. His defense was strong off the bench tonight. He rebounded well tonight. Everything that Precious did is not going to show up in the stat sheet. But Precious Achiuwa off tonight, only 23 minutes. He only had 4 points, but he had 5 rebounds and a couple of assists. But
and some blocks.
That's what I'm gonna say. Hustle plays, getting in the way, disrupting the Pacer offense. He did so many good things
He
tonight.
played Siakam very well
He played
tonight.
Siakam very well.
Siakam's look at Siakam's shooting percentage tonight.
Listen,
It was off.
I used to think Siakam was a big time player. I'm gonna make a hot take. I'm not so sure anymore.
Well, you know,
Me
he's looking
neither.
for a big contract. He's a free agent too.
Yeah, but he's not a big time player, and you could see that. Like, he's rattled in this series. He is clearly rattled.
And you would have thought he would have been the stabilizer because he's the one that has the ring.
And but it also shows how much OG Anunoby covered him in Toronto, because he is a horrible defender.
Right.
He fouls on every play on defense. He is an awful defender.
Were the Knicks blocking shots tonight, y'all?
Oh, that was
Did
fantastic.
they have the paint on lock tonight?
On lock. That's what you got to do. Oh, that Devo block was nuts.
That Devo, that's where I was going. That DiVincenzo block.
Yo, that's white men can't jump.
That's Woody Harrelson.
That's Woody. That boy can get up. Devo is the big ragu is something else.
And that's the thing. You don't need him. We didn't need him to have a big game tonight.
No, he was big. He was big defensively.
Right. Offensively, we didn't
His energy
need
was
him.
big. His energy was big, and that was huge. Josh Hart, for me, and I gotta say this as well. I need Josh Hart, because Philly did it and Indiana's doing it as well. I gotta see Josh Hart shoot early in games, because the teams are daring him to shoot, and that's how they decide what they're gonna do with Brunson. But Josh Hart has shown us he can make. He was 7 of 16 tonight, which is 45%. He was just under 50% from the floor. He only shot 2 of 7. But you got to keep teams honest. Take those shots. Take those shots, Josh. And listen, he's a one-man fast break. He get the rebound and goes to coast. It's beautiful. It's fun to watch. The Knicks shooters have got to continue to keep teams honest. Knicks today shot 46% from the floor, 34.3% from three. Not great numbers, but when your defense was that strong tonight, that's what you got to do. Tonight, they held the Pacers to 43% from the floor. Now, the Pacers did shoot 44% from three, 12 of 27, but a lot of that was Miles Turner, who shot 4 of 7 from three on his own. And the Shepherd kid, the rookie, shot 2 of 3. Siakam hit 2 of 3 tonight. But you know what? I can live with that. I can live with that, because it's not Tyrese Halliburton.
Here's a stat. Points in the paint.
No, that's huge.
62 to 36.
Yep.
62 to 36.
Second chance points.
Second chance points. 26 to 9.
That's the stat I wanted you to bring out. Second chance points, Dave. 26 to 9.
And Butler,
chance points.
you know, when you say points in the paint, we think big man in there bodying somebody.
Not
That's
on this
Jalen
team.
Brunson. Them points in the paint is big body Brunson.
Did y'all see the ankle break by Brunson?
Oh my God.
Did y'all see the ankle break?
Oh my God.
Did you see that, D-Lo? Did you see it?
He put
That
Nesmith on skates.
Did he break him?
He put him on skates.
That was wicked.
Woo!
That was wicked.
And they still not respecting our dude like they should.
And it's okay.
They don't have to.
Keep disrespecting him.
We don't need them to, because it's making us win.
He's gonna keep putting up 44-point games.
That's it. He won away from tying the King of New York for the most 40-point games in the playoffs.
Oh, he gonna get that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in this round or the next.
That's right. One knee pledge. He brought him to one knee for sure. For sure.
And I don't even think he's full strength. I don't think Jalen Brunson 100% right now.
He will be after these 2 days off, though.
And
he might go to Indiana and score 80.
Listen,
but they can't play D. They don't play D.
That blowout loss was a blessing in disguise, because it rested that team from the third quarter on. It caused them to get in the lab, have that team meeting, and just say, listen, that's it. And it's been all business ever since. all business.
And it shows you as it's listen, some things just don't change. And the one thing that doesn't change, good defense beats good offense.
All the time.
Every time.
And the corner face from Pat Riley, no rebounds.
No rebounds, no rings. No rebounds, no rings. And
I'm gonna tell y'all, we're gonna have to pay Hartenstein this year.
Listen,
I don't have a problem doing
back
it.
up the truck for Hartenstein. I'm good with it.
Him and OG back up the Brinks truck right
Listen,
now.
give him what. Listen, it cannot be discounted that we're 26-5 in games that OG Anunoby plays.
And we ain't even talking about Randall. And Randall was there tonight, sitting on the end of the bench.
Yep.
He was there.
Oh, he's been there since the game 2 of this round.
Yeah,
so I'm
been
very
there.
happy to see. I'm
So-
very happy to see Julius.
And we're not even talking about when Randall come back. We talking about the team as it's presently constituted.
Well, that's the beauty of it, Bucky. All the Villanova boys are already under contract. Everybody.
They have the They
got
re-signed Hart last year.
Yep. Hart got his extension. Hart's going to be at $20 million. Devo's at 15, and Jalen is on probably the best contract in basketball.
The most
In the
discounted,
world.
the most discounted superstar contract
In
in
the history.
NBA history.
He's making $24 million a year. That's it. So
24 mil a year.
making $24 million. Like
Shit.
not
We
for
paying
nothing.
him like a storefront organist, boy.
Listen, you forget Randall's only making 26. Like this team, I'm like, yo, the money that we're not spending,
And how many draft picks do we have in the next few years?
like not
37.
we have 3 this year.
We got 3 draft picks this year.
24, 25, and 38.
So we could be wheeling and dealing if we want.
But
Or we can choose the players if we want.
it's a beautiful place to be, and it's a beautiful time to be a Knick and a Knick fan. They gotta pay that man. It's for you to go home, Dave. So tonight, 30-point win, huge win tonight by the Knicks. Really shutting that the Tyrese Halliburton only taking 9 shots is so big. Like Deuce didn't let him get off nothing today. So obviously Carlisle is going to try to probably run some more screens. I love the way Deuce attacked the screens tonight. Not even trying to, but getting over them, making
Get right
sure
over.
that
Go
he
through.
stayed with him the entire time, doing it without fouling. Like most of Deuce picked up 4 fouls tonight, but all of Deuce's fouls happened with him trying to cover somebody else's defensive lapse when he's fouling somebody at the rim. But that's it. I'm just blown away by tonight's win.
It was a great win, guys.
We should be proud. We should be happy.
Oh yeah, I'm proud because Sunday's game was
bad,
heart-wrenching. Even though you could see that I got, first of all, Sunday's game almost carried into the beginning of that game. They looked very sluggish. They looked like they had no legs underneath them, and then that first
they went up 31-25, and that was it.
Yep.
I marked it.
And they went on like a 15-1 run.
15-3 run.
31.
And they did that when Carlisle called the timeout to put his bench players in so he could run us out the gym again. He thought he was going to run us out the gym. But you ain't running the Knicks out of the garden.
Obi had a very pedestrian game tonight, and some bad turnovers.
But again, the Knicks played him perfectly. They didn't let him leak out on, and that's the thing. That's what gang rebounding does. It prevents them from being able to leak out, because you can't leak out because they like to get out and run, because we're in an NBA now where teams don't gang rebound like they did in the 90s. When the ball goes up, everybody would hit the glass in the 90s. The guards were rebounding. They don't do that anymore. And we didn't do that in game 4, which led to a lot of their fast break points. Carlisle's team is thinking they can do to us what they've done all season long, what they did to Milwaukee in the first round, which is they'll get the rebound because the teams aren't gang rebounding, and they'll have somebody leaking out. Can't do that against the Knicks, because the Knicks are going to get to every loose ball. They're going to get to everything and the way Hartenstein just kept absorbing loose ball fouls tonight, just with tenacious work.
That was
just with the work on the boards.
His MO tonight was
Yeah.
offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Like
But-
he
only shot what, 3 shots, right?
Yeah, he only took 3 shots, and exactly
7
that
points.
was the emphasis.
Hartenstein
the emphasis.
Hartenstein came into the game with I'm grabbing everything that y'all missed tonight. Don't worry. You're gonna get a second shot tonight.
Yo, my
Dennis
wife was
Rodman.
in here going crazy for Hartenstein. She said, this guy gets to everything. I said, that's why we love him.
Black man in a white man's body. He black.
Listen, his father black.
He
His
bright
father's
skinned.
father's black.
He said it on their podcast.
He's bright skinned.
There's a picture going around with him and his father.
Yep.
They took a picture together. His father's
And let me
black.
tell, are there any Indiana fans that watch us? Let me tell your Indiana fans something. Because Indiana, y'all are just full of moments. That's all you got. Because even when Reggie Miller did that choke thing, we won that series.
We won the series.
Absolutely.
You would never think it, though.
And all they're going to remember is Sunday's massacre. They already calling it the Mother's Day massacre.
And that's
What they're
fine.
going to remember 10 years from now is the Mother's Day massacre. But they ain't going to remember we're going to win the series. So y'all can have your moments, Indiana. Have your little moments. Yo, Regina Miller. Have your little choke moments. But when the crap hits the fan, we the ones going to the next round.
Listen, I remember when the Lakers played Boston in the finals. Boston blew the doors off of the Lakers in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers came back
Let me
and won the series.
And won the
Let me
series.
say this. I just watched DiVincenzo's interview, and they asked Devo, they was like, so, what was that altercation? He was like, yo, he was trying to be a tough guy.
I love it.
And he said he was trying to be a tough guy, and that's not their character. That's not the way that team is built. They don't need to try to do that. Let's just play basketball, take the foul, and call it the day. Don't try to be. And that's the
Get it. And that's what Jackson tried to do when he did what he did.
Now Jackson, I gotta say this. I'm gonna let you finish, L, but I gotta get this out because I was in here screaming. I was literally in here screaming at that play because we all play ball here. We're taught how to set a proper pick. Arms in, body steady. This dude extended his forearm and threw it into DiVincenzo, and the replay center didn't call that a flagrant. That's not a playoff foul. That was a forearm shiver. They back to DiVincenzo. They were trying to be intimidating.
Yeah.
And the Knicks weren't having it. I'm sorry, L. Go ahead.
Devo was like, yo, like you already. Devo said, there's no fighting in the NBA. Why are you trying to be tough?
Right, because the moment you swing at somebody, is going to be you're suspended.
A fine and suspension.
And Miles Turner was trying to act like he was really going after DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo stood there like, what?
You ain't gonna do nothing. Not a year.
He said some other words because I read lips very well.
Devo?
Devo said some other words to Miles Turner.
Devo went white boy Howard Beach on him.
Yeah, he wasn't quoting those scriptures like Josh.
Where is Devo from? Where he from?
Delaware. Devo's from Delaware. He's from Delaware.
Them white boys in Delaware, crazy.
They're crazy. Yeah.
Them the Waffle House boys.
Those guys.
Devo one of the white boys from Delaware that clearly hung out on the Jersey Shore. He clearly
you got my wife over here cracking up, Davey. You got her over here cracking up. She is cracking up. You saw the Waffle House boys.
That's what they are.
Right, Sam, and that's what they were trying to do. It seems like these teams, Philly and Indiana, are trying to bait the Knicks into beating themselves, but our team won't do that. And all you're doing is waking up the beast. That's all you're doing.
They try to get players thrown out because we're already short-handed. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're trying to wake up the beast. But I'm glad our guys aren't falling for it, and they're taking it out on the other team the way they're supposed to on the scoreboard.
I appreciate taking the tech.
Yeah, you take the tech there. Absolutely.
Because I need you to know.
Right.
You're not going to run through here like that. You're
not intimidating.
Do what you want to do over here.
That's right.
That's why I appreciated Alec Burks running up on dude like, get out of here.
Yo, I loved Alec Burks for that. I'm like, yes, let's go.
Get out of here with that. Like, what you doing?
This is the
I'm not-
90s
I'm
all
not even
over
trying-
again.
I'm not trying to hold my man. I'm getting you out of here. What?
Right, let me save you.
I'm saving you because I'm gonna push you back far enough just in case my man do want some leverage to punch you in your face.
Right, but we don't need him going to the locker room. We need him on the floor.
But again,
Right.
you know, they handled themselves very well. It was Indiana trying to intimidate, and the Knicks met every one of those tactics. Like even with the video that was going around with Siakam elbowing Brunson at the end of the first half in game 4, and Brunson looked at him and said, "It's a long series." I'm telling you, that meeting wasn't the meeting. I don't believe that meeting was about the loss. It was about the mindset for the rest of this series.
Yeah.
Like, we not letting nobody punk us. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like Halliburton. I ain't never seen Halliburton talking that much ever.
He's a front runner. No, that's the funny thing, because y'all know I be on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I be on there constantly because I'm always sending y'all stuff from there. Everybody, even Sixer fans, were getting on Halliburton like, dude, you're not that guy. Stop. Like, everybody, fans of every team were joking on Halliburton because they're like, what is this front running dude doing? You're not a trash talker. And they was on there today like, oh, he quiet tonight. Ain't no trash talking tonight. Guess you can only trash talk when you winning by 30, huh?
Well, they got spanked tonight. The Knicks returned the favor. They returned the favor.
And he ain't gonna talk trash to Deuce because Deuce looked quiet, but people forget Deuce played football.
Football.
Deuce played football.
Where was he at? West Virginia?
Yeah. Deuce was a quarterback. Like, Deuce looking at him like, nah, you don't want this. No, this is not what you want, bro.
Game, yo.
And Deuce stays calm. Like, Deuce is gonna play.
What a game. Like we came out tonight. We had a little shaky beginning, but
But it's the first.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the first quarter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jackson would have got the tar beat out of him. It'd have been like Melo and KG all over again. Somebody been waiting for him at the bus on some like, you really want to do this?
Melo was my guy for that.
Oh yeah, my
Oh,
man
yeah.
waited for KG at the bus. They had to go.
But
get
that's
him.
because
They didn't
Kevin
let KG
Garnett
in the
said-
locker room.
Kevin Garnett said he heard
Don't
his
you
wife.
repeat it? Don't you repeat it?
Tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh Lord.
That's what he said. I just said
You didn't say it. You didn't say it. I can't even blame you now.
I
That was
said it.
J-Mac.
I said
That
it.
was
I'm
J-Mac
sorry.
this time.
I'm
Miss
sorry.
Rosie.
Where you at?
At the-
She's sweet. She's sweet, huh?
But listen, I ain't mad at Melo. What you said? What? My wife. What?
I wish. You know what?
Right.
I wish a Paul Pierce would say.
Say that about my girl. You out your mind?
Yo, did y'all hear Paul Pierce today on Fox? On Fox?
No, I didn't watch
yeah,
it.
he might be done, man.
Yo, he used the N-word up on there, talking to Keyshawn.
Talking to Skip Bayless.
Oh my
He
god.
used the N-word while he was talking.
I did see that, Sam. Yo, that was hilarious. Did y'all see Tracy Morgan during the pregame? They called Tracy Morgan over during the pregame to do like one of those on the court interviews. He grabbed the mic and went in on Draymond.
And
Good.
Draymond talking about, here y'all go, delusional Knicks fans, here y'all go.
Draymond, how's this for delusion? 30-point win. That's a fluke too, huh? But
What is the problem with us?
But Draymond is a front runner too. He's another one. Another fake. Let me be real. Draymond is a fake tough guy too. Real tough guys don't do podcasts. Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Right.
I'm not talking about us New Yorkers. We're different.
I'm
talking about- I'm talking-
Whoa.
But see, the difference is we're not gonna hide behind a microphone. Draymond hides behind a microphone because you're doing
Yeah.
all of this talking. But
I don't like him.
when we ran y'all off the court during the season in your own building, you didn't have nothing to say.
How about this? With the year y'all had no Klay Thompson and no Steph Curry, and
There was a
came to
lot
the
of them
Garden.
teams.
You was the only one left from that big three. Y'all didn't do. You couldn't lead them out of a paper bag.
Couldn't. But you got a whole bunch to say. Like, brother, please. He's a
Couldn't
front
lead them
runner
out of a
too.
paper bag.
Listen, Draymond needs, and somebody put it up on X. Draymond needs to talk about the Knicks because his podcast views are going down. So
Yeah.
what's happening is I got to talk about what's hot to get the views back up because he knows us passionate Knicks fans are going to click on it to see what he said. He ain't stupid. That's a business move. I'm not mad at it, but you're a front runner, Draymond, too. You in the same class as Tyrese Halliburton as far as I'm concerned. Y'all are front runners.
And the Knicks showed you tonight what type of player Halliburton is and the type of player Jalen Brunson is. Just look at the stats. That's all you got to do. Dude didn't even have double-digit assists tonight.
Listen, Jalen, say what you want about Jalen. Jalen in a bad game is going to get you at least 20.
Yeah.
And 5 or 6 assists. In a bad game. On a bad shooting night, Jalen's going to get
And
you.
he got some edge to him. Don't poke that bear. Don't poke the bear. You don't poke him because they keep bothering with him. What that boy Siakam did to him at the last game, he ain't forget.
No, he said it's a long series.
He didn't say. Actually, you know what he really said.
Yeah.
We can't say what he
Yeah,
said.
we can't say
It's a
exactly what he
long
said.
blankety blank series.
That's
Right.
what he said.
That's what he
Yes,
said.
sir.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
They lose.
And I love it that if he go too far, his pops be like, all right, bring it in a little bit.
Rick Brunson knows how to listen. Again,
Chill it out a little bit.
kudos to Tibbs for knowing how to keep his superstar together. He hired his father and said, if I can't reach Jalen, his daddy can.
Absolutely.
So kudos to Tibbs for that hiring. Rick Brunson has been. Listen, I just love Rick Brunson's attitude because he is a coach as an embodiment of the '90s Knicks. He was a '90s Knick, so he is an embodiment of that type of mentality and mindset. I think that's also, aside from being Jalen's father, I think that's one of the reasons why Tibbs brought him here because he brings that real tough guy energy to the Knicks and to the sidelines of a team that at times needs it. And listen, Gerard, absolutely,
We can make it there now.
We could make a run to the finals now.
But we focusing on Friday. Friday we don't want to
night.
get ahead of ourselves.
So this is the way it's going to work for those of you who are keeping score. Tomorrow night, the Boston Celtics will play the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 5 of their series from Boston. If Boston loses tomorrow night, Friday's game with the Knicks will be at 6 p.m. It will be at 6 p.m.
Friday's game?
Yeah.
If Boston loses.
If Boston loses, because Game 6 of that series will also be Friday night, and that will be the 8:30 game on TNT. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
They're going to make them go back to back?
No, they're playing tomorrow on Wednesday.
It won't be back to back. They get a day.
They get a day. Because their Game 7 would be on Sunday. So they are now back to back for the rest of their series.
We're gonna have
our series started that way. Their series will end that way if it goes 7.
We're gonna have a 6:30 game on a
if Boston loses.
Not even 6:30, 6 p.m. But that's only if Boston loses. If Boston closes out Cleveland, then that game will be at 8:30 p.m. on Friday night.
Who else was hurt besides Spider? They said it was 2 starters hurt.
No, it was just Spider.
Jared Allen.
I mean, Jared Allen's been out though. He's been out. But Spider was a late scratch, and that hurt them. But kudos to Cleveland for fighting back in that game. And again, this is why. And again, this is not a shot at the. This is not. No, it is a shot at the Celtics. But I don't want nobody to take it like I'm coming for the team. This is just the basketball player and coach in me. Like, if I get word and I'm the better team that Spider Mitchell is not playing and he's been giving me fits, I'm supposed to beat Cleveland by 30.
Yes.
I'm supposed to go. There's no way they should have been in that game with a minute to go.
Yeah, but they couldn't stop Garland last night. Garland was killing them.
That's true. But but if I'm Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and I'm the 2 best players on the court, I have to take over that game because I have to put them out of their misery. Can you imagine if Cleveland had pulled that game out? If Cleveland pulled that game out right now, we'd be talking about a 2-2 series going into tomorrow night's game, and we'd all be looking at Boston like, oh, they are in big trouble because they got beat with Spider on the sidelines. We'd be saying that.
Is he playing tomorrow?
As far as we know, he is playing. I can check. I know as of tonight's report, NBA report, Let me see. He is listed as of now. He's listed as a game time decision. Karis
He's
LeVert is a
playing.
game time decision.
He's playing.
Jared Allen is a game time decision.
He's
Oh,
playing.
Cleveland might win this game.
Spider's playing.
And by the way, for Boston, Kristaps Porzingis is out again.
Oh,
See,
Let me tell you something. You know, they were making a big, like Draymond was making a big deal about over the last few years. The Celtics are 15-15 in the playoffs at home. They're 15-15. They got a 500 record. That's not the story. The story is that y'all keep playing down to your competition.
That is the story right there.
That's the
J-Max.
story.
That's the story.
That's the story. You're playing. They're playing down to their competition, and they think they got an easy road. What's going to happen when you come up against a team that's going to punch back?
You can't.
That's the question.
The Celtics thing, and they've proven.
And again, I'm not taking a shot at the Celtics.
No,
it's just a simple, honest question. I'm not taking a shot.
They believe in their talent so much that they think they can just turn it on when they feel like it, and that's not going to work against every team. It worked against a depleted Miami. It's working against a somewhat depleted Cleveland, a Cleveland team that, quite honestly, yes, they were the 4 seed, but they were a weak 4 seed. Just being honest. They went to 7 games with Orlando, who they should have clearly been better than.
Should have been at least a gentleman's sweep, at least.
Because Orlando is a young team. Like, Orlando was great as a 5 seed, but for Orlando to push them to 7 games and Cleveland being playoff tested, it shouldn't have been that close.
Well, this is Spider's first time in the second round himself.
Right. Because in Utah,
he's never been in the second round till this year.
And so
we put him out last year.
But
right.
If they happen to get the New York Knicks in the conference finals, that's a team that is playoff tested,
house
championship pedigree, is playing with house money, and is a proven veteran team that has shown that they're going to out physical you.
And the Knicks don't have nothing to lose because they're not supposed to be there. They don't have nothing to lose. So regardless of what anybody says, if we win, great. If we lose, great. What they gonna say?
The moment if we can close this thing out on Friday, the season is a success.
Yes. We overachieved.
Okay, Keisha, to answer your question, what we mean by house money is obviously you're not a gambling person.
They ain't expecting nothing from us.
But what that means is if you went to Vegas and you were at the craps table or at the roulette table and you were winning, and because the odds are stacked against you in Vegas. So I'm giving you the full explanation. The odds are stacked against you. So if you've been winning a lot, at some point you are playing with the house money, which means you can take wild bets because at this point you're so far up that losing here or there is not going to harm you because you've already won enough to offset that one loss. So when a team is playing with house money, you're not supposed to be there. Number one, preseason, we were expected to be let's start there. With our lineup the way it was on opening night, they were calling us a play-in team. Let's go all the way back there. The Knicks were supposed to be a play-in team.
Supposed to be a play-in.
They got out of the gate. Somewhat slowly, a little bit, but as tips teams do during the season, they got stronger and stronger. Then they made the trade for OG. Trade for OG showed us something different. They kicked it into another gear. They said, then it became, the Knicks can be a top 5 team. Okay, we're there. But everybody's still at this point. It's Boston, it's Milwaukee, it's Philadelphia. Embiid goes down. Philadelphia starts to free fall a little bit. Oh, well, Cleveland's still ahead of New York. This is what people were saying. Well, Cleveland's still ahead of New York. Orlando is still kind of right there with them. Orlando can take them.
Shaq said if we would have played Orlando would have beat us. That's what Shaq said.
That's what he said.
So they say the Knicks won't get higher than the 4th seed. This is what everybody said. Then the trade for Burks and Bogdanovich gets made. Knicks kick it into another gear. Now we're into the last 2 weeks of the season, and you're like, when we said it, we got a shot at the 2nd seed. We said it. Nobody believed us.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, y'all crazy. There's no way that their teams." Okay. Absolutely. Then the injuries started happening. Randall goes down. Well, Mitch was already down. Randall goes down after that. OG's elbow. We go through a little bit of a slump. See, the Knicks are back. Okay, we're back to being a play-in team again at this point. Because people are like, oh, they're gonna fall into the play-in. It didn't happen. The team got better as the season went along. And this is why people like Draymond, I look at him and I'm like, how is it a fluke when you're doing it with nobody?
When he said that, he wasn't looking at the team. Now he's paying attention to the team.
Ernie Johnson looked at him tonight and said, a 50-win fluke, Draymond? He said that. He's like, a 50-win fluke? You don't win 50 games as a fluke in the NBA.
No.
Not in the NBA.
Especially as an injured team.
Yes, the Knicks overachieved this. We overachieved.
Based upon how we are currently constructed, we are overachieving.
We're overachieving right now. We weren't supposed to even win this game tonight. We were supposed to get blown out. We were supposed to be the ones getting blown out of our own building tonight, according to the pundits and the experts and the weathermen.
Like, the Knicks are dead after that 30-point loss
the
on
Knicks
Sunday.
Are cooked.
They're cooked. They're tired. And I'm sitting there going, y'all don't know this team has another gear?
Yes.
Y'all don't know. Clearly, y'all don't watch basketball. This team has another gear.
Dunk off the rebound tonight. That
was unreal.
That was just ugly. That was ugly.
What all? I got to give it to you, Bishop. Bishop, you said it a couple months ago. The Knicks are a team that no one wants to see in a 7-game series.
And Boston don't want to see New York. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Yeah, Greek Freak got hurt, and
every year he like Embiid. Both of them get hurt every year.
Yep. This is what it is. This is a team. Absolutely true. This is a team that Leon Rose and Worldwide West and Tibbs got together and said, we're building a playoff team. We're building a team that will be able to compete with anyone in the playoffs. And that's what they've done. And that's
God, I love you.
This is going to be something on Friday, boy.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Pierce was the biggest one. I saw some of his clips that he was like, the Knicks are done. They're cooked.
Like, he said the Knicks are cooked. He said it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Keisha. So he put Nick Smith on skates tonight.
Yo, that dude got it walking with a cane right now.
He looked like Tyrese Halliburton coming down them steps after the interview.
Walking like Fred Sanford.
So the Knicks get it done tonight. There is another game going on in the NBA tonight, by the way, where the
Minnesota and Denver.
Denver leads 50-44 at halftime. That series is tied 2 games apiece. Interestingly enough, we have a series where the home team has not lost a game. In that series, the home team has not won a game.
Right.
So
I think tonight that changes.
Oh yeah, well I said it when everybody's like, "Oh, Minnesota's up to."
Me and you said it.
We said it.
We said don't count Denver out.
We said me and D-Lo said, I'm not betting against this. We said we're not betting against the champs. Didn't we say that?
Yes, we did. Not betting against the champs. Davey said, Bishop Budo said, I almost bought a Knick jersey in Delaware. You got to make sure if you're in Delaware, you got to get a number 0. You got to get a Dante DiVincenzo since he's from Delaware.
Yeah, right. Pierce may not be invited back after today.
Yeah, he used the N-word today, I heard.
That dude used the N-word, Doc.
Yeah, he's done. For Skip Bayless, you can't play with Skip Bayless like that.
And Sam, and this is the thing, these front runners and these casual fans, they kill me because you want to come on the podcast and make these comments about things you don't understand. When you watch as much basketball as we do, because as much as we are Knick fans, we are sports fans. So we don't just watch our team. We watch other teams. We watch other games. We're locked into the sport as a whole. So if I'm not going to sit here now. I've seen every Knick game this year, but I'm a Knick fan. But I've watched at least 10 Denver Nugget games as well. I've watched 10 Boston Celtic games this year. I've watched every team at least twice. So when I looked at Denver, and even with that, I could say, yeah, Denver hasn't played their best yet. I can't count them. It's been great, but we can't count out Denver. Oh, Denver's done. Okay, what happened? Denver won the next 2 games.
They're the champs,
in Minnesota.
Man.
In Minnesota.
They're the champs. And people need to understand that. And people don't understand it's the playoffs.
Well, Keisha,
every game has its own every game has its own identity.
Absolutely.
It's the playoffs.
And I keep saying this is one of the biggest contrasts in playoffs between baseball and basketball. In baseball, in a 7-game series, it's still the same 6 umpires.
Right.
For the entire series. In basketball, you're getting 3 new officials for every game. So
and
it's going to be officiated differently every game. That's what makes basketball such a hard sport to predict.
I give it.
But I don't think it's like that in the finals.
No, it's like that in the finals too.
No, they bring in different.
They bring in different officials every game. Every game is going to be a different crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I give it to Scott Foster tonight. He relied a lot on the video. He didn't get caught up in the emotion of either team.
I think Scott Foster did a great job tonight.
This was the best I've seen him.
I think Scott Foster did a great job tonight.
Best I've seen him.
I do. I do.
He's all right, as long as he ain't got to think about Chris Paul. He's good.
That's true. That's true.
Well, he got where Chris Paul ain't on neither team in this series. So
no, Keisha, we're seeing the officiating, and we've said it on this podcast. The officiating this year across the league
has been the worst.
Bad.
It's been the worst I've seen it.
But ultimately, it boils down to teams not leaving the games in the officials' hands, because the officials aren't missing shots. The officials aren't getting beat on defensive rotations.
Yeah, listen, I'm listen. So I think it's a consensus. Well, before I get to that, I was telling Keisha Carter today and a couple of others, they didn't know. Because the NBA, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the NBA contract is now NBC got the contract. Is that true?
Well, that is what is rumored, but from what I'm hearing, they're waiting to announce it. NBC definitely had the highest bid. They doubled TNT's bid because TNT's bid was like 1.25 and NBC counted with like 2.58.
Yeah.
Billion dollars, by the way, with a B.
So the TNT, NBA on TNT is going to be done.
They will be out of a job.
They better be careful. Last time somebody did that, Bill Cosby wanted NBC. They put him in jail.
Well, no, NBC is bidding for the NBA. They're trying to bring back the NBA and NBC. Because remember in the 90s that Round Ball Rock, ironically, trivia question for you guys that are out there, John Tesh, yes, the old host of Entertainment Tonight, actually wrote that theme song.
And
John Tesh wrote that.
And they said they're gonna bring it. They said they're gonna bring the song back.
Of course, John Tesh gonna get paid again. Do you
bring
realize that one record made him millions?
Well, Hulu is playing it on their commercial right now.
Right, with Kevin Hart. Yeah.
With Kevin Hart, Hulu is playing it. So, but what I was saying was with this, they were saying EJ will probably not go over to NBC, and I said the reason why is because he said he loves baseball. EJ calls baseball games. Mm-hmm. I said with the NBA, he stays at the desk. He doesn't go. He's never been. He don't call.
Yeah, EJ is good no matter what.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But EJ's been at TNT for over 30 years.
He has.
And TNT still has the baseball contract.
Yep.
And he goes
Turner,
to
because he's gonna be at TBS. Yeah.
And he goes to the game and calls the game with Ron Darling.
Yes,
he goes and calls it.
That's correct.
He loves baseball.
And I was gonna say EJ is actually a very good baseball announcer.
Yes. And that's what I was telling him today. Baseball is his actual his first passion over the NBA. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yes. Ernie Johnson is great on baseball games.
Yes, he can call a game, man.
Yes, Wayne Daniels. Amazon is bidding too. I think Amazon's going to end up getting a piece of the contract because it's going to get broken up. NBC is not going to get the whole thing because obviously the NBA knows we're not going to give the whole contract to one network. They're going to split it the way they did with ESPN and with
Turner. Like WWE right now.
Right. But that's good business.
Right.
That's good business.
WWE gave Raw to Netflix, and they gave SmackDown to USA.
Yep.
They didn't give everything to one network. That's how you get the money.
No, I don't want them back. And honestly, Bucky, I want to be clear on this statement because some people might think me saying that is because of the way they've treated my team this season. It's really not. They just aren't good anymore. At one point, they were. Don't get me wrong. At one point, those boys were the best in the business.
They're not sticking to basketball. Now,
Right.
a lot of their analytics is personal preference.
It's personal preference. And
yes.
It's less about basketball and more about their egos.
Yes. And it's starting to come out now.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want you to get up there and break. Like, I used to look forward to Kenny going to the wall because he would break down something that was going on in the game that maybe we missed or maybe we saw it, and he was validating what we as fans saw. You know, Shaq used to give insightful things about big men going on in the game. And Charles would talk about the tenacity of the players and defensive energy and things of that nature. And they have gotten away from that. It's like they don't care anymore. They have mailed it in. David said his phone was dying. That's how we lost him.
No, he's sleeping.
No, he had put in the chat that his phone was dying in the private chat. But yeah, and Turner still has March Madness, so you know they'll be fine. Turner still has March Madness, but that's all they're gonna have because looks like NBC is returning to. But that's gonna be great, though. I will say that will be great for people because that means there'll be more games on free TV with games being on ABC and NBC. So more free TV basketball. That's just better across the board.
Yeah, that's a win for the fans.
Yeah. That's huge. So we're looking forward to that. So again, tonight, Knicks big win, 121-91, the final. They handle business. Yeah, it's one win away. The Knicks are a win away from the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 1999. And we are excited. So Knicks have to, now with 2 days off to kind of rest, recuperate, and get ready. They're going into hostile ground. Indiana has always been hostile territory, but the Knicks of old, and I believe even the Knicks now, have proven that they can get a game in Indiana if need be. And if they play with the energy they played with tonight, of course, Indiana's going to come out, but they got to do what they did. The Knicks got to do what they did tonight. When Indiana throws a punch, they got to punch back. They got to punch back.
Yeah, I think tonight sent a message, and Bishop Daniels. I can't wait to get unbiased calling too. Yeah, because tonight it was just horrible. Van Gundy was brutal.
He was awful tonight. He got on my nerves tonight.
I miss Mark Jackson and Van Gundy so bad.
Yeah, Jeff Van Gundy, because at least they were impartial.
Yeah, man. I mean,
they just called the game and they analyzed the game. Like they
those two guys are former Knicks, and they still call the game. You know, and didn't leave on great terms. You know, and they still call the game. But this guy, Stan Van Gundy, man, oh my God,
I was in here yelling at the TV. Like that's why I put in the group. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to just mute this guy and put the radio feed on.
Yeah, back in the 90s, that's what I used to do. When I got tired of Marv, I would just turn the TV down and put on Mike Breen on the radio. And Mike Breen used to do
when Mike
radio.
Breen was on the radio.
Yeah, I used to do that. Yeah, because tonight was brutal.
It was brutal. That another reason why I'm glad to be going. If the deal is done, I'm glad to be going away from TNT because horrible tonight.
Yeah. Like Disney, man, they did a horrible job with like I said, getting rid of Van Gundy and Jackson. They still never gave. I mean, it didn't do it. Thank God Doris Burks wasn't on there tonight. Oh my goodness, it would have been so much worse.
It was a money thing because you were paying Jackson and Van Gundy top dollar. So you're gonna bring in Doris Burke, who I hate to say it, yes, she's a woman. You don't have to pay her as much. You bring in JJ Redick, who's trying to break into TV, who you don't have to pay as much, and that's what it's boiled down to. Like I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because now Perk is at the end of his broadcaster rookie deal. So at this summer. And so even Perk is like, we'll see what happens as far as reing up. I would love to see Perk go over to NBC. That'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
Go over to NBC.
Yeah.
But I mean, and again, now Perk is an ex-player who analyzes the game down the middle. He called the Jalen Brunson the breakout superstar at midseason. He was like, "Are y'all crazy? This guy's a superstar." He said it. Everybody thought he was nuts. Perk has been right every step of the way. Not just about the Knicks, but listen, most of his takes are spot on.
They were on the radio tonight, though. They were
Yeah.
on the radio. They weren't on TV, but they were on the radio. So you
Yeah.
turn down the TV and turn up your radio. Put the radio up on your phone. Put the MSG app on. You good? Because I'm telling you, tonight was brutal, man.
Sam,
It
what
was just
happens
brutal.
is after the first round, you can still broadcast on your local station, but once you get to the second round, the national broadcast has exclusive rights.
Yeah.
So after the first round, you can no longer broadcast on your local station. Because I would have loved to have had Breen and Clyde on the call tonight.
Yes.
Especially with a 30-point win like that, I would have loved to have heard Clyde tonight.
Yeah. Great win tonight. I think we got a great shot at closing them out on Thursday, right?
Timberwolves have come back early in the third and now have a 2-point lead on the Nuggets, 55-53.
They're going to make a run.
Yeah, of course. 9:46 to go in the third quarter. NBC would be I would be bleeping Perk left and right. True. Very true. Because Perk just be cussing. It's hilarious.
Big body Brunson. You know we got Big body Brunson.
And I know Perk enjoyed tonight because he was in the building. So that's why I'm like, I can't wait to see him on First Take tomorrow morning.
And Shaq and Barkley's in New York
They in
for
New
some
York.
reason.
Yeah, they're you know what they're probably doing? They're probably trying to get out of their TNT deals and trying to get over to NBC.
To NBC. They might be there trying to
negotiate. Yep. They might be
don't bring them over to NBC, please.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to
see them.
I'd rather
don't duplicate them.
I'd rather have 70-year-old Bob Costas at this point.
I'd rather have 90-year-old Hubie Brown at this point.
Right. Yeah, I like Hubie Brown, though. Hubie Brown
knows the game,
is a great analyst. Yes, Hubie is a great analyst.
And Hubie don't take he's not playing no favoritism.
Mike Fratello, another great analyst.
The czar of the telestrator.
Yes. Mike Fratello, because these guys were NBA on NBC back in the days. So.
Matt Gukas. Remember Matt Gukas?
Matt Gukas, yes.
Come on, we had to, listen, I didn't like him. But what was his name? The redhead bandit, the center from Portland that won and he played on the Celtics. Oh, he used to hate the Knicks. He used to hate the Knicks too. But it was nothing like they hating now.
No. Bill Walton, but again with Walton, I understood because they were a division rival, and when he was an analyst on the games, even when he talked about the Knicks, it was always tongue-in-cheek. It was jokingly, but he analyzed the game down the middle. He always did that. And then he would make a joke about the Knicks and what have you. But and I could live with that. But these guys, I don't know. This year just really feels malicious. It really feels mean-spirited this year, the way they're treating our team. And yeah, I got no use for them. I got no use for those guys.
I'm looking forward to Friday, Bishop.
I am too. Looking forward to it. So we will know after tomorrow night's game between Boston and Cleveland what time we're playing. Again, if Boston wins tomorrow night, Friday night's game is at 8:30. If Boston loses and they have to go back to Cleveland for game number 6 on Friday, the Knicks game will be at 6 p.m. The game will be at 6 p.m., which I just think is an interesting start time. And I get it, but I hope NBC does better with the scheduling if they did get the broadcast, because these start times, that 9 p.m. start in the first round with 2 Eastern Conference teams.
Yeah, we made a big deal about that on the show.
That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. It was absolutely brutal and absolutely awful. But and a 6 p.m. start again. But we're gonna get out of here. It's New York forever. Orange and blue skies all over. Yes, the Knicks are making Vegas money, Bishop Daniels. Absolutely. The Knicks are making Vegas a lot of money right now. But orange and blue skies, New York forever as always. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Well, tomorrow night, check out Celtics versus the Cavaliers if you can. We got 2 days off. We'll rest up. Friday night, we'll be back with you post-game. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the Boston Celtics because we will have advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it will be totally house money. Looking forward to it. Until then, You guys have a great night. Thanks to everyone who joined us tonight. Orange and Blue Skies, it's New York forever. We will see you Friday night.
Yeah.
We're gonna straight them down. New York. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We're gonna